Zack Padlo is a holistic personal trainer specializing in cardio fitness, balance training, and corrective exercises. He teaches dance-based aerobic workouts inspired by ballet and folk dancing. Zack recently caught up with our fitness guru, Rafe Darazi.
Zack, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. What was it about fitness that first drew you in?
I grew up dancing, so fitness was a lateral move. And then when I graduated college, I did my first group training class, cardio bar. And it was a way for me to know that I didn't have to leave dance while I could still do fitness and carry on and have a very successful teaching career.
And what kind of dance were you involved in?
Ballet and folk dance. I grew up doing Russian folk dance. I did that for about 15 years.
Wow, how did you get into Russian folk dance? That's new.
There's a place in San Francisco called the Russian Center, and there's a celebration like every February. And they celebrate with this big evening of dance and food. And I was in the audience, I was watching this group perform, and my future teacher was in the audience, and he saw me just doing some stuff, doing some moves, trying to copy the people on stage. He's like, you should come in. I want to, train you. And that was it. The rest is history. And then I trained under my teacher for about 15 to 20 years.
You teach body dance-based aerobic workouts inspired by those years of folk and ballet. The technique is quite a combo. What's the response been like from your clients?
So I taught it in San Francisco, and I taught it at the YMCA. And basically people loved that it was an active form of yoga. You have your yoga class, you have your Pilates class, but they felt like they were missing like really active footwork without having to push themselves to be an actual ballet dancer. I think that's what sets it apart from, other active forms.
And are you able to work with different injuries or mobility issues?
Yes, so since it's low to no impact, a lot of like the second positions, the first positions you see in ballet, you can modify. It's a lot of like sumo squats with heels up. It's working, the VMOs and all that. So it gives you a sense of mobility and balance.
And when you're not training, you can still be found rock climbing, backcountry skiing, and backpacking.
Yes, yeah. So whether it's hiking Half Dome for the first time with my dad when I was like 8 or 9, and then I hiked, at 17, I hiked the John Muir Trail. That was fun. It's about a 3-week trip through the Sierras. So it all meshes together for me. There's several things that coalesce into, hey, this is a really big part of my life that I appreciate and I want to introduce to other people. So like you start to build communities, the backpacker community, the rock climbing, the weightlifting community, that sort of thing. You start with the lunge on the right leg. You're going to reach your arms forward and you're going to balance on that right leg. From there, you're going to come up and drive the knee up. Try to hold that balance. You're going to push that leg back, reach back, and go into that balance for 2. Again, you can go for about 3 to 5 reps within your comfort level. And let's go right to the other side. Plant that left foot. Let's take that knee drive and push it behind you. And let's go into that flat back and drive the knee 1. For the minimum reps, if you want to go for 5, go for it. Let's do a simple ankle mobility exercise. We're going to do a lateral lunge. You have your hand here. This stays nice and straight. And you're just tracking that knee over the toes. Breathing deep. Expand the rib cage and exhale. 1 more. Stand on up and transition to the other side. A good one for this, or a good tip for this, is to keep the hips center, driving towards the ground, and let the knee do the work. The knee driving over the toes, the foot stays stationary, not trying to crawl the toes forward. We're just keeping the entire foot planted into the ground.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Zack, for showing us these mobility and balance exercises.
Thank you.
I think balance and mobility is key. I'll have to work on that one.